TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Thank you for making Saint Central your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who That Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that to the black and gold family, man. We in this thing. TSC Saints versus Eagle guest preview with BirdGang31. We in the building. What's happening, fam? Much love to the great Saint Think Tank. I appreciate y'all for being in the live stream. Much love to the family members. We got a special guest in the building representing the Philly Eagle Nation, baby. BirdGang31, salute, brother. Welcome to the stream, my brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. Sorry about that, with the technical difficulties, but we're good now. I'm glad to be here. What was that?
I said we in the building, Bird Gang. It's all gravy, baby. I'm glad to have you, bro. Representing the Eagle fam, man. And listen, bro, I was looking at some news and notes, bro, from y'all sides of the things, man. And you're getting a bit of good information in terms of Miles Sanders, baby. You be
Big Sanders is coming to play. Booby's about to spin.
Dude, that dude is a tough guy to guard against. He gave us problems, man, before. He gives a lot of people problems, man. And Hurst is the top rusher for you guys, but Sanders is right behind him, man. So getting both of those dudes back and taking on that offense with Sanders and Hurst is going to be quite the challenge.
And Goddard's back too.
Yeah. Y'all guys getting healthy at the right time, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. We're looking for a nice little stretch here. That's what we're hoping for over in Philly. We went through our hell, with all those hard teams in the beginning, all them playoff teams we had to go against, We came out 2-4 out of that stretch. And, we're looking to bounce back into this season where we got a lot of division games and a lot of, less worthy opponents to come up against. You guys are our last test, I think, until the Dallas game.
Yeah, this is going to be intriguing, bro. Eagles sitting at 4-6. Of course, the Saints right now at 5-4, losers of 2 in a row. You guys, of course, coming off a win against Denver, I think it was, on Bird Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got Denver. That was a good one. We needed that one for sure. It was a great game, man. We finally came together on offense. Our coach really just started figuring out that if he runs the ball, the offense is a lot better. You know what I'm saying? It took him a minute, I think, to understand running the ball with these guys, man. NFL.
Why they trying to reinvent the wheel, man? Running the ball is what works, man. You work the pass off the back of the run, bro. Been saying it for years.
Yeah, and it was really affecting our team. We had linemen getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? We had defense tired, looking worse than they supposed to, for being out in the field. And Jalen Hurst's progress really stunted the first 6 weeks of the season. You know what I'm saying? Having them have to think every single play, RPO, 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 you know, should I run it? Should I pass it? You know what I'm saying? Instead of keeping it simple for the guy, let him hand off the ball on the run plays, let him pass the ball on the pass plays. You know, he's going to do his thing regardless, you know, with our line being a little banged up. He's going to do his running by himself. He don't need an RPO play to really make that happen. That just kind of let him freestyle the game in that aspect. But I think the coach was just putting a little bit too much on him, you know, and plus we weren't running the ball even when we were doing the RPO. So all those play action fakes and whatnot, it wasn't sucking up no defense. It was the linebackers weren't getting sucked up. They weren't even moving. You know, you watch the highlights of these games and you know, you hear our players tell you that the defense knew what they were about to do. You hear the announcers on the games talk about they knew what the Eagles were about to do. So, you know, it's pretty cut vanilla. We basically ran like 5 plays those first, you know, 5 to 6 games, and everybody was over here, you know, we were getting mad about it. We're like, hey, this guy got to go. You know what I'm saying? He got to go. But, you know, over time, I think he realized it. You know what I'm saying? It was that Raiders game, you know, where Miles got hurt, and actually where he started to run the ball again, he started to see the effects of running the ball. And it wasn't that the plays were really that bad. It's just the point that, you know, offense in NFL run, you know, RPO as their main thing. You know what I'm saying? That's something you sprinkle in the offense, you know, to get things, the rhythm going on. But it just wasn't realistic for him to think that, you know, that was going to be the mainstay of the offense. But, you know, he's learned over the last, 3-4 games now. You know, he's been running the ball pretty good with the #1 rush team over the last couple of weeks here, coming into this game. So, you know, we see what happens, man. Our defense is the side that really needs to step it up now. You know, our coach over there, you know, he likes that soft zone, you know, shell defense. And, you know, we're in Philly. We like aggressive style defenses, you know what I'm saying? We don't like the soft zone defenses. We don't have players like that. He had guys like Fletcher Cox and, you know, Barnett dropping back. Like, these guys are too big to be dropped. Who are they going to cover? You know what I'm saying? Who are they going to really cover? Like, they can't cover nobody. So the point of you dropping them back is pointless, you know what I'm saying? So we gave a lot of big plays. I mean, a lot of big yards to the quarterbacks and like high quarterback percentages to these quarterbacks, you know, like the Carrs, the Bradys, you know, Mahomes, Herbert. All these guys were like 80 to 90% passing on our defense. And that's just trash. You know, like, we don't need none of that no more. So hopefully, you know, the last couple of games he's been doing a little bit better. Hopefully he can get on the right track this week.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I was looking at some footage of you guys playing, and Jalen Hurts, man, we scouted him a couple of, last year. And man, a lot of people had that brother going, talking about he was a 3rd and 4th round quarterback. I said, hell no, that man in the 3rd. I mean, this is a 4-year starting quarterback in college. He had the situation with Tua. And then on the back end, he handled like a G. He rolled the bench, came back in on the back end and won the championship when Tua went down. Didn't complain, transferred the next year. Got nothing but leadership. And again, he can't pass, and then goes to Oklahoma and tears it up, throwing the ball and running the ball. So, yeah, Jalen Hurts is a guy that a lot of people been getting wrong for a very long time. I don't know what they got their bones about Jalen Hurts, but he could play football. When the Saints, we got last year when we played Jalen Hurts, he gave us some problems in the game. So, yeah, we got to definitely handle that a lot better. Let's get into some of the injury report there, BirdGang. First of all, fam, we much love to brother BirdGang31's in the building representing the Eagle Nation, man. Much love to this brother. He's our guest preview for the show. We're going to be going over the upcoming matchup with him. So show the brother some love here in the building. All right, here we go, BirdGang. I'm going to jump into the injury report, my brother, and get over some of these injuries, man, if I can stomach it, man. In this one, we got a lot of people out. Ty Montgomery, Taysom Hill is questionable, even though there was reports saying that he won't play in this game. Teron Armstead, our starting left tackle. Ryan Ramczyk, our starting right tackle. Both tackles are out of this game, and some of our key reserves like Malcolm Roach and Passanio, Passanio, he's out. And also Elvin Kamara. It would be a kind of person y'all defense don't have to worry about, BirdGang, in this one, man. He's listed as out. And, of course, coming down to you, like you mentioned, you got Fletcher Cox and Goddard's back. And, of course, you see the rest of these guys like Bradley, Taylor, or Hargrave. Lane Johnson is there, Kels, and the rest of these guys, man. Howard and all of them, man. Y'all looking good here. Devonta Smith is good as well. So, I mean, Barnett is DMP, look like he's questionable. And Anderson is listed as out. But I know you guys, but if you look at some of those injuries, bro, a lot of that stuff, man, that injury report favors us in an unfavorable light in terms of us missing starters. A lot of you guys are coming back.
Yeah. Like I said, we are coming back. This is the right time of year for our team, to be getting healthy again. We even have I think Brooks out there practicing again finally. And I don't know if that's what it says on there. But Brooks should be practicing again. Like you said, we got Miles Sanders back, which is a big plus for us. Even
Yeah,
though the
he's a
running backs
big
we've
plus.
had been doing a great job, Miles is a different level type running back. So I'm very excited to see him out there. Goddard, he came back from that concussion protocol just in the nick of time, got him a nice fat contract. So hopefully he can start earning that money this Sunday. But yeah, man, we're getting healthy at the right time. Hopefully that, lasts the rest of the season because, we've been banged up since week, 2? You know what I'm saying? We start dropping starters at week 2. So, the fact that we're actually starting to get these guys back is really exciting to see.
Yeah, bro. I'm looking. Let me get into some of the statistics here because you were making mention of some of these things. Let me kind of superimpose this a little bit better to get a better view there, vantage point of some of these statistics here. The stats right here, if you look at the points per games here between our two squads, you see the Saints averaging offensively almost 25 points a contest. You guys are almost 26, allowing the Saints only allow just under 20 points a game, 19.8 to be precise, 23.1 through 10 games right now for the Eagles. Not a home win. I'm surprised by that. Eagles hadn't won a home game all damn season long. I'm surprised by that one. 333.6 on the offense. Total, you got 361 and a half. We are at 214.7 and averaging almost 119 yards rushing per contest. You guys are doing it big. 217 flat with 144 and a half and running the ball. So let's stop right there and go into the offensive breakdown, BirdGang. Talk to us about that offense, bro. I mean, obviously the strength of that is the running attack.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it earlier, you know what I'm saying? Our offense is built to run, we got big linemen up front, you know what I'm saying? That's what they like to do. They like to move man, you know what I'm saying? We got some road graders up there. So I think it was just justice those early games, having these guys pass the ball so much, backpedaling all the time. I think that's one of the reasons why we lost Brooks, and one of the reasons why we lost Sadmala. These big giant of men can't be backpedaling all the time. But like you see, now that we're running the ball, you find a real identity with our offense, and that is running that rock. Jordan Howard's been good. We pulled him up from the practice squad when Miles Sanders went down, and he's been doing nothing but great things for us since he's been back there. Boston Scott's also been doing his thing. These guys are just running hard. As you see, like we're rushing the ball, at almost 150 yards per game right now. Easily the way we're running that rock. So Jalen Hurts is also another major part of that. Jalen's going to get his scrambles. He's going to get his, 5 yards here, 10 yards there. But if he sees something open, he'll take that 20-yard, gash up the middle or off to the side run. That's just all part of his dual threatness. Jalen being a dual threat, you only need to see him pass the ball probably like 20, 25 times a game. He's not that quarterback that you need to have back there throwing the ball 30, 40, 50 times a game because it's just going to make him not as accurate. It's just not a good formula for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is dual threat. You got to treat him like that at all times. And I think, like I said, the quarterback, our head coach is starting to really understand that. And it's opening up the offense for him. You know what I'm saying? Receivers are now getting open off the play action. Devontae Smith is starting to light it up.
I'm about to say, him and Hurts is gathering a little rhythm there, man.
Over the last couple of games, you're starting to see consistent. Like I think he's up to like 200-yard games. There was a stretch there where he only had 15 yards in one game, 45 yards in another game, and that was during that stretch where we were just passing. And he even got to a point where it's like, hey, we need to run the ball. Dallas Goedert came out, we need to run the ball. Our big left tackle that we just signed, Mailata, came out and said we need to run the ball. So it took a while, but like I said, Nick Sirianni finally figured it out. And it's been nothing but great for our offense. I could see us every week. You see Jalen Hurts progression. You see the running game progressing. The receivers are looking better out there every single week. So as long as we continue that, man, I don't really, there shouldn't be too many teams out there that can stop us in terms of the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, he's a dangerous dual threat dude, man. We're very familiar with him. He also can, like you said, man, he's splendid, man. And another thing, the intangibles, dude, super intelligent, and he's a mega leader, man. It's the dude he has the it factor, man. That's why I was pushing for the Saints to look at him. Of course, we bypassed him totally. Let's look at the defense. Let's go into the defense statistics here, bro. 364.3 It's what you guys giving up defensively. Ours is not that much better at 353.3, 280.4. We allowing through the secondary. You guys are 247 flat. We stopping people at 73 yards rushing per game. The Saints, one of the top stuffers in the league, rush stoppers. And of course, you guys averaging 117.3. Okay, we lighted up about the offense, bro. But talk to me about the defenses right here between what's going on with Philly's defense. That's a lot of yards, BirdGang31. That's a lot, bro.
You know about it. You know, a lot of them yards started early, though. I will say that, being on the field all that time, like it goes hand in hand with that, overpassing the ball. You know what I'm saying? We overpass the ball, you get all these 3 and outs, your defense out in the field. A lot of those games we could even won earlier, you know what I'm saying? But the defense stuck out. They have like be down by a touchdown or like 3 points by halftime. But when you're out in the field, no defense can stay out on the field, all 4 quarters while you're often sitting on the sideline. That's just not realistic for those guys. And they struggled a lot. When we do a lot of the shell defense, it's chunks, man. That's what we don't like about it. We want a more aggressive defense over here because when you get this shell defense, it's just chunks after chunks after chunks. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the Tampa Bay game, Tampa went 1-on-1. They're our linebackers, which is our weak spot in our defense right now. Our secondary is actually really good. You know what I'm saying? Slade's having a Pro Bowl tap year. Steven Nelson hasn't been getting, toasted at all. He's been doing a decent job over there on that second cornerback spot. We just seen Avonte Maddox get a new contract today. He's been playing some Pro Bowl caliber nickel corner for our team. So our safeties, Rodney McLeod was out for a couple of games there, but he's been back, been that leader in the back end. We missed Jenks, Malcolm Jenkins over there, but Rodney McLeod's definitely doing his thing over there. And then you got Anthony Harris that we got from Minnesota. He was out for a couple of games, but he's starting to get back into the flow of things. So our D-line and our secondary is really good. But what teams I see, they're picking on our linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got some young guys out there, but we don't have that big thumper linebacker. That the man of the defense. You know what I'm saying? The leader of the defense that's gonna go out there and make sure they can stop that run. And that's what's really been killing us. You see those rushing numbers. You know what I'm saying? Teams have been able to run on us. Like crazy. We've been getting a little bit better in that area, but it's still like an area of concern. Last couple of weeks, we've been doing better, but you even see there's certain parts of the game where the running backs kind of go off for a little bit. All you need is a little bit, to make people people go deep and attack. That area of the field, where your linebackers are getting sucked in, that leads to the middle of that field wide open. So they've been taking advantage of that pretty well there. But our secondary still looking good. The linebackers, we got Davion Taylor and Edwards, they've been playing. There's some young guys have been playing pretty good for us the last couple of games. Now we got them into the starting roles. So I look for them to continue to grow. Like I said, we can play more man because we got some good cornerbacks to play the man defense. And if we get more man, I think we'll be all right going down the stretch. We've all noticed our defense coordinator, whenever we played any quarterbacks of notice, the Herberts, the Carrs, the Mahomes, the Brady's, he likes to sit in that 2 zone, a little too much, he need to be more aggressive. But whenever we're playing lesser known quarterbacks, he'll bring that heat on them, So the rest of the schedule, we don't really have too many of those elite quarterbacks coming down the stretch. So hopefully we'll see a lot more aggressive defense play towards the end of the season.
Well said, bro. I mean, this is it's all a learning process, isn't it? Staying healthy and then figuring out what you guys do best versus what they don't. And I think we tend to appreciate DeMario Davis as being him as a guy in there, bro. He's exactly what you referencing that the Eagles would need is a DeMario Davis in there to tell those guys what they need to be. And like I said, so I appreciate that because there were years, man, when we were playing musical chairs at the linebacker position, bro. DeMario Davis came down here, man, and we have not had an issue. We've been very blessed to have DeMario Davis and even Quan Alexander when he had. And of course, a couple of these young guys are playing pretty well for us. But let's get into the go ahead, BirdGang. You want to?
I was gonna say, our team just don't value the position. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't never. I have to think probably back. You gotta go back to like Hicks. You know what I'm saying? Hicks in Arizona right now. When we drafted him, that was what, 2nd round or something like that. That was the last time. And he's a smaller attack. He's a good linebacker, but he's a smaller dude. We don't ever go out and grab that, that big 250-pound linebacker, that can move around. There's a lot of them out there. but we just never valued the position. We're always going third, fourth, fifth round, try to scoop up a linebacker and hope that, he can become something great. Now, I will say Davion Taylor now, he didn't play that much college ball, as you know, from Colorado. It took him a while to get the rhythm of the game, but man, he's been playing some great football over the last couple of games, man. Davion Taylor's been out there flying around hitting people, so I'm excited to see how much more he can get developed. But like I said, until we get that stud linebacker, see, our defensive coach is used to that Minnesota defense, right?
Right.
Where he had Harris, he had Kendricks, he had Barr. What I'm saying? Those guys are freaking studs. Those guys, you can run that two shell zone defense all day with those type of linebackers. They're going to get to where they need to be. They're very instinctive. So they're going to, attack the run when they see the run. They're going to be able to drop back when they have the pass plays. But we just don't got those guys yet. And until we get that, either one guy, because Davion's been playing pretty good. I want to see him developing, maybe next year be that, stud linebacker that we need. But we got a lot of outside linebackers, what I see. We need a big, strong, physical middle linebacker, run that 4-3. And the linebackers we have, you can put them on the outside, let them do their pass thing, you know what I'm saying? But have that guy in the middle to run that defense, and stop that run game. And I think that's really going to help our defense get a lot better. Hopefully we can get one in the draft, man.
That's what I'm about to say. That's what I'm about to say, BirdGang. That's coming, bro. That's coming. That's coming. You're gonna find a guy like that out there. Either bring him in the free agency. Sooner or later they're gonna get the word, because Philly's an ascending team. No doubt
but
about
we've
it.
been that way. Even the Super Bowl year, man.
I know.
We haven't had the guy. I can think back, like I said, Hicks, or maybe if you want to even go back to real physical linebacker, you got to go back to Trotter.
That's
Trotter
right.
days.
Boy, wow, that was a while back.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Trotter.
Like Nigel Bradham, when he came over, he played some good ball. D'Amico Ryans, when he came over, he played some good ball. But he was like the back end of his career. He was getting hurt a lot. What I'm saying? We get him on the back end to come in sometime. But no, we need a young guy that's going to go around flying the ball, hitting people. Like, I was even trying to figure out what's really wrong with Jalen Smith, to be honest. He got released from the Cowboys, and he got released from the Packers. And like, why is he getting released? Is it that leg injury? Is that really the problem? Or they say attitude. And if it's attitude, I don't even care. Because if you add a guy like Jalen Smith to this defense, what I'm saying, when he is healthy, he's a baller out there, what I'm saying? Like, he would be that guy we're missing. So he's sitting the pine. So I imagine if the Eagles wanted him, they went out and got him already, especially since we're going to be playing Dallas. That'd be a good game to have him back.
Yeah, right, to pick that brain, see what they got going on over there in Cowboy country.
No.
Yeah, bro, let's get into some prediction on this one, bro. And we got BirdGang31 joining the platform, fam. We're talking Saints Eagles, baby, coming up Sunday. Big matchup between the black and gold, sitting at 5-4, trying to get off this 2-game losing streak. BirdGang and this squad coming in here at home, at home up in the link. They're saying, man, listen, y'all can't do this. We just got this win over the Broncos. We really feeling good. We got to get this one to keep pace with the Cowboys up in this thing. So
it's a big game for both of us, man.
Yeah,
like you guys trying to get off that 2-game losing streak. We're trying to win one at home finally. You know what I'm saying? In the whole tiebreaker thing in terms of that last wild card spot. You know what I'm saying? You guys are ahead of us. We beat you guys. Now we can move up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is a very big game in terms of implications for the playoffs and the rest of our season. So we're both, we both got something to fight for, and hopefully that'll make a good game.
Let me ask you this, BirdGang, because this is sticking out, bro. Haven't won a game at home, bro. What's going on with that? 0-4, bro, and 10. What's going on with the winless home thing? What's going on, bro? We struggled at home, bro. We lost to the Giants. We were beating the Giants by double digits. I
want you guys to beat the Giants.
Bro, we was trying. I was saying, let's do it. And then the defense just imploded in its own footprint. Then, of course, the Falcons game. We came from scored 22 in the fourth quarter. No, who does that? And then take the lead by 2 and then give it up on the final play with 41 seconds left to those people. So, we understand losing home, bro, but explain to me, bro, how Philly, the way I'm seeing Philly, how is 0-4 possible at home?
Really, it's just really, if you really look at it, it's two things, like these rookie coaches, it took them a while to get their footing down. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing for sure. There's a lot of self-inflicted wounds. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those games we could have won, but, penalty here or, what I'm saying, turnover there, that really cost us from winning those games. And the teams we played. We play a lot of good teams at home so far this year. So it's not like we're playing, the Giants or, the Jets or something like that.
Dolphins,
You know what I'm saying, at home early. Like, we're playing teams like Tampa Bay or I don't remember exactly which ones were at home, off the
But some
top of my
bigger
head, but they're
heavyweights.
all,
Yeah.
playoff type teams. So it's like
Mhm.
you can look at it as like, yeah, you lost all your home games, but then when you look at the competition we play at home, it's like, okay, you can kind of see like the last one against the Chargers, Herbert's a beast out there. That's another game we should have won. You know what I'm saying? So like there's a lot of those games. Like really, I look at our schedule and really we only true loss that was like, okay, the other team was better than us, outcoached us, everything. You know what I'm saying? That was that Cowboy game. When we went to Jerry's World, they destroyed us. That's the only one. All the rest of the games, you can look at points of that game where you're like, whoa, this doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? We don't get this penalty. They don't get this first down because of some penalty or like bad defensive play calling or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We can win these games. You know what I'm saying? We were going neck to neck with all these guys. So that's a plus. But like you said, yeah, we got to get a W at home. There's no real excuse for it. Good team, bad team, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's just got to come a point in time where you just strap it up and go win one. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can do something about that this weekend.
Well, bro, let's get into that, bro, because that's something very interesting to me. The attitude that Philly plays with. I mean, like I said, Jalen Hurts was a guy that I wanted the Saints to pick up. When he was out there, and we didn't even look his way. I think I think we did have a conversation with him or something like that, but we didn't even. Well, he went second round. A
Yeah.
lot of people wanted to see him go third and fourth. I was like, he's not going to fall that far. I mean, come on. And of course, look what happened. So let's get into that, bro. Talk to me. How do you feel? How do you think the Philadelphia Eagles win the game against the Saints? How do you think it goes down?
Really, we're going to have to do something that, you guys are good at stopping, and that's run the ball. That's where it starts. That's where it finishes with our team. You know what I'm saying? We can get a good running game started. We can get Miles Sanders off hot early. You look at the game last year, where Miles went over 100, Jalen went over 100. And I think you guys were the number one defense at the time when we played you guys. So we can get something like that started, and get some turnovers on defense, really. But it starts off with that running. We're going to have to run the ball often and early in the first half, and make that a mainstay of the game. Don't cut from that no matter what, unless obviously we get behind with that offense. But I think what you guys missing, guys like Thomas, guys like a Kamara, those type of guys, the two tackles, that should make our defense be able to play a better game to keep us, from being behind very often. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think that offense is really gonna, be able to do too much on our defense. So it's going to be up to our offensive side of the ball to run the rock, run it often. Let Jalen, Devontae been doing what they've been doing all year long, connecting on nice plays, and get guys like Dallas Goedert the ball and exploit that middle of that field. You guys got a lot of older cats in that middle of the field, like what Jenkins is pretty good, but at the same time, when we played with Jinx, he was always lining up on the second best receiver, first best receiver out there, stopping him in the cornerback spot. I heard that you guys use him more in the deep safety role. So, let Goddard, do his thing against Malcolm Jenkins out there in that center of that field. And, just keep him back off center. You know what I'm saying? We got to do what you guys are good at stopping, and that's just run the ball. I think we can get that established early. The sky's the limit with this game.
Last year, the Eagles put up 246 yards of rushing on the Saints last year in the matchup, the Eagles matchup. And of course, it went down to the wire. I think it was 24-21. And we were driving on the last drive it was, and Taysom Hill I think he fumbled the ball. The Eagles recovered it and sealed the game. But the Saints were marching to at least kick a field goal to tie or try to get a touchdown or whatnot. It was, I think, Taysom Hill's only loss as a starter. When Drew Brees went down in those 4 contests, he beat Atlanta twice. Really didn't beat Denver. Denver didn't even have a quarterback. We ran for over 200 yards on them. But Philly said, listen, what you do to others, we'll do unto you. And they put 240-something yards up on the Saints. Hurst had, 167 in the score. Taysom wasn't bad. He had almost 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns in the game, and an interception. It just wasn't enough at the end of the day. When you allow people to put 200 yards up on you, I mean, you're asking for trouble. And it was 24-21. But yeah, I see what you're saying there, BirdGang. I mean, listen, bro, I'm not gonna sit up here, bro. You know I am, bro. I'm a real deal Holyfield, just like you. You know what I'm saying? You're a straight shooter, just like you. All I can say, bro, is that our squad, man, is dealing with a lot right now. And I'm not really a guy that really use injuries as an issue. You're missing your tackles. You're missing all these other guys. I said next man up. We know what we got ourselves into. You know, if you got guys, it's a football team. We ain't out here playing with marbles. It's a football team. It's going to be physical. You're going to lose guys for injury. So you got to make sure you bring the guys that's the depth. And this will test our depth because we can't afford to lose any more contests to anybody. We have to be able to go into Philly, and Philly's going to be motivated to win in the link with all this in here, and Jalen Hurts and all this going on in the defense and the guys looking good and the energy. I think you guys are favored in this game too, aren't you?
Like 1 point or something like that.
Still and all, though, bro.
Right.
I mean, people seeing Philly, they seeing what you seeing, that Philly's doing like this. They're inclining, they're getting up off that runway. So I mean, but that's the thing that I noticed, that we're gonna have to go for whatever reason. Our record, what is our record on the? Let me see here. Our record on the road against you guys here. Let me take a peek at it. I'll make sure. Okay, we 5-4 here overall, but our road record is 3-2. 3-2 on the road. It just appears that we play better on the road for whatever reason. Barring it, right? That bodes well. I mean, we're gonna have to run the ball. We don't have Elvin McCamara. We do have Mark Ingram. We did activate Tony Jones Jr. I don't know if you're familiar with him, the young running back from out of Notre Dame. He's actually a pretty good player as well. And we do have other people, a lot of young people. You know, Kenny Stills is mixed up in that thing, but we have a lot of young guys that are, you know, having their struggles, so to speak. So, I mean, this is going to test our depth offensively speaking. Defensively speaking, the Saints they're the number one in stopping the run. Yeah. You guys going to have to run the ball. And not only that, but Jalen Hurts is a big part of that thing, bro. 500 plus rushing yards, bro. Come on. So if we're going to have to do something, we're going to have to stop Jalen Hurts from taking off, creating plays with his legs, extending plays, buying time for wide receivers to get open. All that has to stop. We cannot allow that to happen. Big test. Saints 2 games in a row. They pissed off, bro. I can't say this is going to be a game we win by a touchdown or something like his bird game, my brother. I just think that it's going to be a close game, maybe 3 points around in that thing, man. That's what I'm looking at. But this is it's an error. I ain't gonna say desperation or people punching the button. At least I'm not. But this is gonna be one of them games, bro, where it's gonna be a very close game, and we got I got to give it to them by at least 3. But we're gonna see how it go, man. This is gonna test the depth, bro. So
yeah, and depth or not, man, you guys got one of the best coaches ever, Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to coach a football game. You know, that's really my biggest worry. Is he out coaches our coaches? You know what I'm saying? Like Sean Payton's a great coach. He knows how to scheme things up and, you know, make people look stupid out there, especially if you got, you know, a rookie defensive coordinator out there, you know, playing this soft zone defense. You know, he's going to tear it up. You know what I'm saying? He's going to light it up. Especially, you know, I know you guys got Winston out. So you guys got Trevor Siemian. Is that who it is? Simeon playing quarterback, you know what I'm saying? He's not no slouch either, you know what I'm saying? He's not a world beater or nothing like that. But if you got guys
like making
Sean,
the mistakes, bro.
Yeah, he ain't making very many mistakes out there.
Right.
You know, and then with Sean Payton dialing them up, man, you can watch out. You know what I'm saying? We've let some quarterbacks do some big things against us. So that's all I'm saying. So that's merely my worry, because I think a couple of those games we lost this year too, it wasn't even a skill level of the players on the field. It was just that our coaches got out coached. You know, they're still in their first year, just like, you know, you can say Jalen Hurts early was in his first, 10 games. You can go, our coaches were in their first 2 games. Our offense is really young. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only older cats on our offense are offensive linemen. You know, Lane Johnson, Kels. Other than that, those are young. The other 3 are young. You know, Sam Mahler's young. You know, Landon Dickerson's young. You know what I'm saying? And then who's the other one? Herbert, Nate Herbert, or Jack Driscoll. They're both young. You know, second-year players. You know, our running backs are all young. You got Gainwell, Miles Sanders still in his rookie contract, you know. You got Jalen Hurts, you know, still 14 games in. You know, Devontae Smith, rookie. Quez Watkins and Rager both drafted last year.
Out of Southern Miss. Yeah, I like that kid.
Yeah, so both of those, all those guys are young. So we always suspected those guys to struggle early anyway, just because they're getting acclimated with each other and acclimated to the whole NFL game. But our defense is really gonna have to show up this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what one thing. Kamara's gone, but since Ingram been back the last couple games, he's been back 2 games, right?
He been back for a handful of games. It's been more than 2, I won't say. At least 2 though.
Yeah, at least 2. I know I've watched some of the highlights from the last 2, and he's running the ball pretty good right now. He's back. He
Yeah,
looks rejuvenated. He looks
yeah,
like the old Ingram of old. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So even though Kamara's not out, I've always seen Kamara being more your passing back. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah,
runs the ball,
satellite back. Yeah.
but he's like that passing back. It's kind of like a Kenny Gainwell, young Kenny Gainwell, trying to like modes of the same of a Kamara type
Mhm.
back. I see. But you guys always had like what's that dude name? He went to the Ravens. Murray. You know what I'm saying? I know a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
you guys don't like Murray
Latavius.
that much, but
Yeah,
I thought Murray was a beast for you guys. You know, there have been
yeah.
games I
We ain't
remember
using him
watching.
enough.
He would rush more yards than Kamara. You know what I'm saying? Kamara
Hmm.
might have more total yards, but he'll have more rushing yards. You know, he was
Hmm.
your downhill runner that you guys had. And then I think that's the same thing with Ingram. Ingram's a downhill runner. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're going to give him the ball. He's going to do his thing. He's a little bowling ball out there. He got some speed. So you're going to have to really watch out for Ingram doing his thing against our defense. Because this is the defense, like I said, if anything, if you guys are going to win the game, it's going to be probably from running that rock. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys getting a start. I know you guys are missing your tackles, but you know that's how you help those 2 tackles being out. It's like you run the ball because whoever's in there probably going to be some young cats, and you know maybe their pass blocking game isn't that great, but everybody can run. All those big guys can run block. That's what they love to do. That's what gets them in the rhythm of the game. That help your quarterback get in the rhythm of the game. It's
Yep.
about running the ball. So if you guys get hot early, running that rock against us, we start giving up some big plays on it. You know, it's gonna be a tough game.
It's gonna be a test, bro. Ain't no doubt about it. You're absolutely right. Running the ball, that's what it is. I mean, our offense is very much very young, like
Mm-hmm.
Philly's offense. Like you saying, it's a lot of parallels here because you look at what I mean. We do have Kenny Stills in the wide receiver room, and do we have Mark who came back to kind of help out with that transition, and Elvin there when he was healthy. But a lot of our players that we're counting on to help carry the team forward are young players. Adam Troutman, second year tight end. We got various undrafted wide receivers that are very good, that are still learning as they go and they attribute the best way they can. We have Deontay Harris, who I think Deontay been in the league for a while, but still making his way as a wide receiver. He's really come into his own.
He's
And
a
this,
speedster too.
yeah, there was an article a guy was wrote about how fast he got up in one of the games. They were able to track how fast he was running, over 20 miles per hour in
Mm-hmm.
one of the games. I was like, what the hell? But at the same time, like I said, bro, we in the same boat in terms of the youthfulness. But really, what's intriguing, and I agree with you wholeheartedly on your summary. You're right. Running the ball, whoever establishes the run will win this game. Whoever controls the line of scrimmage will win this game. And of course, essentially speaking, when you're on the road against a team like Philly and you're in the home building, you got to bring the running game and the defense with you to kind of help out. And I think this is a big part of the success. Whoever does that will have the success. Whoever dominates the scrimmage line will have the success. Let me ask you this, BirdGang. Bro, you very knowledgeable on your Eagle squad, bro. Talk and let the family members here who might not know about Philly as intricately as you and your family. Let us know about some players that the Who Dat Nation need to be concerned about in this matchup.
Well, it starts out with the captain, Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Jalen's been progressing every single game, man. He's getting better every game there is. You know, now that we're actually running the ball, he's looking a lot better. There was a stat that was like whenever Philly runs the ball 1 or less times in the drive, his passing numbers are horrible. You know what I'm saying? They go down. But whenever you run the ball 3 or more times during the same drive, Jalen starts to throw the ball a lot better. You know, he has a lot less pressure. There's a lot bigger windows open. And he's starting to make really a lot of connections with Devontae Smith out there, man. Like those guys are looking like they're back in Alabama again. You know what I'm saying? Like they know where each other are. They have a great feel for each other. And I think, you know, that's just going to keep growing as long as the season goes on. So I really will watch out for, you know, Jalen Hurts, his legs and his arms, you know, like everybody can't forget, like he's averaging, he's on his way for over 1,000 yards rushing for a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's averaging, 70 yards or something like that a game, rushing the ball. And then he's also throwing the ball, I think probably like closer to like 200. And that's probably what you're going to get out of him this first year. You know, you probably get a couple of games where he throws a little less, and then probably be a couple of games where he probably throw a little bit more. But that's where you're looking at. Jalen Hurts is one of those guys 20 to 25 times a game. If he's in that range, if you guys keep him in that range where he only has to throw the ball, he doesn't have to come from behind and just keep ripping it. Then you got to be in some trouble. You know what I'm saying? If we can, like you said, we establish that run and you let Jalen play his style ball, man, that's gonna be a long day for you guys, you know. So I would recommend stopping him. And then the unknown is Miles Sanders, you know. Like I said, we haven't really started running the ball until Miles got hurt, and everybody's getting all excited for what we've done. Being the leaders in rushing with Boston Scott and Jordan Howard, which done a great job. But Miles Sanders on a whole nother level. He's another level type of back. What I'm saying? He can do it all. He can catch. He can run. He's very explosive. And I'm not sure what kind of workload, since he just got back, he's going to get. But if he gets anywhere between 10 to 20 carries a game, that's definitely another guy he's definitely gonna have to watch out for. Miles Sanders is a beast. Like last year, I think he had 3 80-yard rushes for touchdowns. That was the first time in the NFL year that any running back's ever done that. So like he can take it on any play, to the house, and he's got that game breaking ability. So I'll watch out for our running game. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and then another guy you guys probably is that Quez Watkins, man. Quez Watkins, to me, is our best receiver at this moment. You see a lot about Devontae Smith, but Quez Watkins is that speedster. He got that Tyreek Hill speed. What I'm saying? Like, he can get behind the covers fast. What I'm saying? Last week, he had a nice touchdown that he dropped, and I bet you he wish he had back. But, everybody drops something, so you can't really harp too much on it. But his thing is all year long, we really haven't been targeting him that much. We've been doing a lot of Devontae Smith design plays, and I think over the last week they started the game off hitting them early, getting them in the rhythm early, and if he starts getting lightened up, man, that's another one you're gonna have to watch out for is Quez Watkins. Like I said, Dallas Goedert just got his contract. He was having a good game till he got hurt last week. To see him come back this week and go out there and do what he do. He wants to be the best tight end in the league. He just got paid top 3 tight ends in the league. In the top 3 range there, and he wants to prove it. So this will be the first chance for him to go out there and prove that he can be an elite tight end. And we should see what happens with that. What I'm saying? But he's a great tight end. He got speed. He run blocks really well. He's a big physical guy that can block and catch. So we're gonna see what Dallas Goedert got out there. So yeah, and then our offensive line in general, like your defensive line's good. Our offensive line's been playing good the last couple of games. Let's see which men are gonna control that line of scrimmage. What I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like Cam Jordan, he's gonna have a nice test. What's he play, in or is he a DT?
Yeah.
DN, yeah, he's gonna go and get.
They move him around though, bro.
Yeah. So like Lane Johnson, what I'm saying? Lane Johnson's the all-pro right tackle. If he's in the middle, Kels is a all-pro, center. The rookie, the best bet would probably be against a guy like Jack Stahl, or not Jack Stahl, Jack Driscoll. Because he's a young guy that's trying to make his way, and I really think that he's been playing some good football the last couple of weeks, but I think Nate Herbert needs to be in that spot, because he has more of a guard body. Jack Driscoll looks like a tackle because he's more slimmer, taller, what I'm saying? So him playing guard, I think it's kind of out of position, but he is our 6th best lineman, so they keep him out there, and he does a pretty good job. But I would have probably, if I was you guys, try to attack him, because that'd be the best way. Or you guys can try to go after Landon, but Landon's a big man. He's big and physical.
He's the best offensive line in any game. But Landon, would you say is Landon Johnson?
Landon Dickerson.
Landon Dickerson. He's the best. Who's the highest paid, bro?
No, the highest paid is Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson. I was figuring he was the best. He was
the best right tackle in the game.
Yeah,
for sure. His thing is he's coming back. He was out for a couple of weeks. What I'm saying? With mental health. What I'm saying? So since he's been back, he's starting to get back into the groove of things. He started out first couple of games kind of sluggish coming back, but he's been playing a lot better now. And like I said, when he's hot and ready and doing his thing, Lane Johnson's the best right tackle in the game, I think. What I'm saying? He's been that way for a long time now, and until he retires, he's still fairly young, so he's still got some good years ahead of him. And as long as he's on that right side, they say when our right side was together, we won. When Lane Johnson's in that game, we won like 90% of our games. So Lane Johnson's really good out there, and hopefully he can come out and play a great game against Cam Jordan, because Cam Jordan is a beast. I've watched a lot of him throughout the years. He can do his thing. But those are type of games I think Lane lives for. He likes playing the great ones. So the more matchups with him, I feel better. Because if you go, you keep them lined up against Lane and let them battle it out all game, I feel a lot better, because that'd be more of a neutralizing situation. He's going to get his plays, but Lane definitely going to have his plays. But once you start moving him around, you can move him around, Get him on Driscoll some plays. Get him on, the rookie some plays. Just, Landon Dickerson's good, but he's still a rookie. There's things he hasn't seen, line stunts he hasn't blocked, and whatnot like that. So as long as you can get that defensive line going, finding holes, you guys should be all right there. But like I said, if you let these guys, they're big. They're all huge, man. Like Landon Dickerson's like 350 or something like that, close up there. You know what I'm saying? My Lotta's up there. He's like 6'7", 6'8". He's up there. Lane Johnson, you already know who he is. These guys are big men. So if they start mauling you guys and start getting that run game started, it's probably going to be a rough game for you guys.
Yeah, these guys are massive offensive linemen. There he is right here, 6'8", 365.
Yeah.
Good grief. Guy like that need to be in pro wrestling somewhere.
Yeah, he was a rugby player.
See?
You know what I'm saying? You should see him running the ball with rugby. I've been trying to, vote that we should get him in that goal line offense. You know what I'm saying? Line him up in the backfield.
Refrigerator Perry doing it.
Yeah. If you watch his rugby highlights, you can watch it on YouTube, man. You watch his rugby. He was running people over, stiff arming people and everything, dragging people and whatnot. And I can see why he's so athletic. But, a lot of people say he's our starting left tackle. We just paid him a fat contract. No one wants to see him get hurt running the ball. So I guess my wishes probably won't come true this.
Yeah, probably not, bro. Usually when the money involved, they'd be less to put them in that.
But think about it. Darteri Poe, when he was good defensive tackle, they used him. The fridge, they used him. He was the best at his position at the time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it can happen, but
right.
I can understand.
A little imagination to get it done.
Yeah. Help him out.
I don't know, bro. If he won't pull it, he just got in that chair. He don't want that smoke yet. Like that, he gotta let it warm up first. It's a tough act to follow, bro. Who he got rid of? Man, just coming off a Super Bowl victory. What 2 years ago, and he gone the next a couple years later. Boy, I tell you.
I know about Dougie P.
Yeah, Dougie P.
Dougie P got himself kicked out of the Eagles locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like I think for me, my outtake on Dougie P was he coached himself out of the Eagles head coaching spot. After that Super Bowl, he got a big old head. They got rid of Frank Wright. You know what I'm saying? And that was really the guy keeping them guys going that year. You know what I'm saying? He wrote that book. He came back the next season, thought that, his stuff don't smell. You know what I'm saying? And he just kept trying to do the same thing over and over again. And then he got away from running the ball too. If you look at last year, Miles Sanders should already be known as one of the best running backs in the league, but everybody still has doubt about him because he hasn't got that many consistent carries in the game. Even last year, we didn't use him enough. We didn't run the ball enough then. We were throwing the ball with Carson Wentz 40 and 50 times a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't do it, And if you keep saying the same record, if you notice ever since the Super Bowl, our record has been going down. We went to the playoffs 3 out of 4 years now, but if you look how we went to those playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Every year was like the record went down. Our offense got a little bit worse. So people get tape. Once you get tape of that, you know what I'm saying? It's not hard to defend a straight passing offense. You know what I'm saying? That's not hard, So running the ball is, like we said, running the ball is key. Our coach went out there this year, this early in the year, tried to do his pass, and he realized really fast that you're going to have a lot of L's if you keep throwing the ball.
College style stuff ain't gonna work in the pros, man. They too smart, and they got guys smart enough to defend that kind of stuff. You're right. Yeah. That's a sprinkle on the cupcake. It's not the entire summation of the cupcake. And you're right. And we have a guy like Taysom Hill who does do packages similar to that. But Coach Payton at times struggled to find the proper times to institute that. But he's gotten better, in my opinion, of how to institute Taysom Hill in the Saints offense. Now, of course, this year he's been banged up a lot. He had the concussion that knocked him out for several weeks. And Coach Payton's kind of taking his time with him, instituting him back in offense. But yeah, when it comes down to that, you're absolutely right. It has to it's like a little additive there. It's something that you don't have to make it a main part of it.
Is Jameis out for the rest of the year? He tears?
Done.
What's your interpretations of Jalen's Matt? Do you like him? You think he's the next Saints quarterback, or you think you guys need to go out there and get somebody else still?
I think he's the guy. I think Coach Payton likes him a lot. The locker room loves Jameis Winston. I think Jameis has grown with a lot of people there. I think the injury is a curse and a blessing insofar as the injury would allow the Saints to keep him at a cost that if he was healthy might have been a lot higher than what it actually is. So he can rehab with the black and gold, come back at a lesser price. That'll be well for the Saints because we facing 20-something, 15 plus free agents coming up this upcoming year, and a lot of those guys are pretty good players for us. So some kind of way we're going to figure this thing out. But I think Jameis Winston is a guy a lot of people, and of course Coach Payton drafted Ian Book, and Coach Payton loves Ian Book, and he's pretty stubborn.
Have you
He's
watched
pretty stubborn.
any Ian Book yet? How you got? What's your take on Ian? Because I watched him in some Notre Dame games. Man, he was pretty good out there.
He got that Drew Brees type of thing. I won't throw that on him too much and say he's Brees like, but a lot of his qualities, like Coach Payton said, Taysom Hill is Steve Young. No. Cut that out, Coach. But I would say that Ian Book he has a lot of Drew Brees like characteristics and qualities. I mean, he's a 6'1" quarterback. He's a small quarterback like Drew. He's a short quarterback like Drew, as they would consider him short, because the prototypical NFL quarterback would be a 6'3", 6'4" dude. So by their estimations, but he has that thing. He's a born leader. He's sound in a lot of stuff. And right now, watching him through the preseason and into the training camp, he got a lot of stuff he got to work with. But Coach Payton's really high on this kid because he's real heady, has a high football IQ, and a lot of leadership capabilities. So Ian Book, don't undersell Ian Book or overlook him either.
Yeah, I watched him during the draft process. I was hoping maybe later rounds we maybe even scoop him up too. I liked seeing what he did in college. And then probably what about Michael Thomas? Do you think Michael Thomas is coming back next year for sure?
Yeah, for sure next year. For sure. I don't think the Saints put Michael Thomas in the street, bro. I don't think Michael Thomas and the Saints are headed for a divorce. I think Michael Thomas finally gets it. He finally gets healthy next year. And I think, they will kind of handle it in a certain way because this is a very tough injury. So, I mean, but shutting him down for the rest of the year is the right thing to do. And I had a discussion with the family members about that. Yeah, and the great Saint think tank about him. They want Mike to help during the season, but he'll do it. If he's not 100%, I don't want him on the field because you're gonna end up getting right back on. It's just a problem. Don't put him out there too soon because you're gonna end up getting hurt, and you got to extend out his time frame and all this kind of stuff. So I agree with the Saints. They shut him down. He'll come back 100% next year, ready to play ball. We still got years on his contract, and when Mike Thomas is healthy, he's a weapon.
Yeah,
can't deny that, bro.
One of the best in the league.
Can't deny him that.
Yeah. I just thought maybe, since Drew Brees retired, what I'm saying, he probably want to make sure that the Saints have, an elite passing quarterback. Jameis is doing a lot better for sure.
He loves Jameis too.
Does he? Are they close?
He loves Jameis. Speaks very highly of him. He likes Jameis. The fact that he throw the deep ball out of the conceptions of Mike Thomas is not a deep route runner. Well, you got to look at the situations around that. We'll see what that happens, but man, listen, Mike don't have the full speed. We know that. No. But what Mike does have is the fundamentals. And for a guy that doesn't have that DeAndre Hopkins speed or even some of your elite level wide receivers, his receptions are still there with them.
Yeah.
Hey, he's surpassing them.
Yeah, he's one of the best ever. You know what I'm saying? Mike Thomas, he's a beast. You know what I'm saying? On every level. So I'm happy he's not playing this game. Let's just say that.
Well, bro, I mean, I promise you, bro. A lot of people wanted him, bro. It's unfortunate he's not here. But, Kamara and the rest of the guys not here. But listen, this is a game that it's going to be a tough game, man, going up there to Philly. And we had to handle business, man. And something got to give. Something's got to give. And it's another really good one here. So, Bird Game, bro. Listen, man, great wealth of Philadelphia Eagles information. The brother knows his Philly. Well, talk to the family members, my friend. Tell them where you can be seen and follow that, bro, on your platform.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I'm BirdGang31. I'm a Eagles content creator, but I love just talking football in general. Every week I have different content creators from every team that the Eagles play. I like chopping it up with different fans, different, groups out there, football fans and football team fans, whatnot. I have a lot of different variety of different subscribers on my channel, that are loyal fans, and I wouldn't mind anybody else that want to join the nation, and check me out, man. It's BirdGang31. I also have BGN Sports Media, which is an NFL channel on YouTube. They have a lot of great content creators from the Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Panthers. We got a lot of different variety. We're building and growing there too. So, check us out. I got a lot of great shows. We do call-in shows all the time. We, I collab with everybody. So if you like just talking football and watching people that like to talk football, subscribe to me and I'll be much appreciated.
Much love, Bird Gang, bro. The brother knows his stuff. He a straight shooter. He real deal. And you know that's all we deal with in the Great Saint Think Tank is the real deal,
Mhm.
Holyfield, baby. So Bird Gang, once again, appreciate you, bro, for dropping that knowledge, my friend. And after the game, man, or would you if I probably I'll communicate with you. You on the platform this time. Maybe I'll pop up on your platform
Yeah,
for
that's
the
what's up.
recap. Would that work for you, bro?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Okay, that
Hey,
worked.
I
That's
loved it, man. It was great. Thanks again for having me on your platform, man. I love, like you said, a straight shooter. I love talking good football, man. That's what I do this for. You know what I'm saying? They can meet new people, grow with different people. Hopefully we all do this for a long time. It's something we love to do. And I hope I see that you're doing a great job with your channel over here.
same
And
with
I
you,
watch
bro.
some videos, man. You bring that heat, you bring that fire. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get there too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get there. I'm a rookie, so I got some things to do, to work on. But man, it's been fun. It's been a pleasure. And like you said, you can come on my platform, you can come on one of
Yes,
my
sir.
network shows, whatever you want to do. We'll definitely chop it up after the show.
Yeah, bro. We gonna I'm gonna hit you up, bro, and we'll discuss that coming on the platform for the recap stream. Probably be like a Monday. Would that be fine, bro? Like a Monday or something like that? Probably not that
Actually, actually, if you are available Monday, 6 Eastern time.
6 Eastern time. That'll
That'd
be
be
what?
great. We got a great show called Birds from Broad Street. You know what I'm saying? A group of guys, man. Like, we love having guests on that show. And if you're
Okay.
free around that time, we'd love to have you on that time. If not,
Yeah.
anytime Monday, I'm off Monday anyway, so we can do anytime. But if you want to come on that show specifically, man, that'd be a great show for you to come on.
Oh, okay, good, bro. I'm gonna try to make that, bro. I'm gonna try to get on there with you, bro. I'm gonna hit you up in DM, bro, and we'll work out the particulars.
All
But
right.
hey, bro, thank you, bro, for popping on. Much love to you, bro,
Much
and
love, guys.
appreciate you, bro. Peace.
All right.
That's Bird Game, man. Good brother, man. Wealth of good information. I appreciate the brother jumping in there, man, dropping some knowledge, man. The brother know his squad, man. Seriously, bro, talking some good information there. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, man. On that, and like we saying, man, the Saints dealing with a lot right now, and of course the Philly Nation, man. They know the Philadelphia family members know that, man. Listen, the Eagles got to have this when they haven't won a game in their stadium yet. The Saints need this victory, not just to keep pace with the rest of the NFC South and the NFC in particular. Also, it's just you don't want to get to 5-5 at this point and go through the midst of the season and fall to a 3-game losing streak and at 500. Boy, I tell you, the Who That Nation family members will be royally and thoroughly pissed if that happens, man. Because it's just family members, man. Just be boy, they be. And I was upset about some stuff, man. But like I said, fam, we just gotta keep on moving forward in this thing. The black and gold need this one. Let's get into some news and notes, man, on this one, fam, before I end the stream. Just to drop a little something. Saints waive struggling kicker Brian Johnson and promote Brett Maher to the active roster. So the kicking of woes continue. Woe is us at the Who That Nation as we continue to deal with the fact that the Saints keep cycling in kickers. Man, I tell you, man, they saw it's just one after the other. Who thought, man, at the end of when Will Lutz went down, that the black and gold would be dealing with this roller coaster, this merry-go-round of kickers, man. Good grief, man. It's hard to find a good damn kicker, I'll tell you what. But anyway, let's get into this article right here. As you see, this is presented by our friends at the Saints Wire, Sigler here, saying Saints waive struggling kicker Brian Johnson and promote Brett Maher in his stead. As expected, the Saints have moved on from rookie kicker Brian Johnson and promoted Brett Maher from the practice squad. Johnson nailed all 8 of his field goal tries across 4 games, but the inconsistency on extra points, where he went 5 of 8, he missed 2 last week in really suspect situations. I won't get into that, but he had one that was also blocked. So the guy made all of his field goals. His extra points got him canned. Johnson made all 131 point after tries at Virginia Tech career, but moving the attempt from the 3-yard line, a 21-yard attempt in college, to 15-yard, a 33-yard try in the NFL was a tough adjustment. He missed 2 of them. And the problem with that is that you lost by 2 points last week to the Titans. If those extra points, not field goals, would have been made, then the black and gold would have tied the game and went into overtime at the very least. In a corresponding move, the Saints signed Maher from the practice squad, and he will be kicking in Sunday's game with the Eagles, which also happens to be his 32nd birthday. Maher connected on 49 of 66 field goals over 2 years with the Cowboys while making 68 of 69 point after tries. Now, Meyer initially signed with the Saints as the first choice to replace injured Pro Bowler Will Lutz, but the veteran injured himself warming up for preseason game. I remember that. And landed on the IR after the Saints cycled through a series of options ranging from Johnson to Cody Parkey and Eldrick Rosas. So hopefully Meyer can be steady enough to finish out the season. I mean, my goodness, man. I didn't foresee this, and I don't know if the Who Dat Nation foreseen that we would be having some type of issues with the kickers like this. This is ridiculous. But that just shows you having how hard it is to find really good kickers, man, to be honest with you. Also, let's move on to the next article right here from the same publication here. Saints dead cap, 58 players. 58 players account for over almost $43 million. And this is a little news story just to drop on the family members about the economics of the situation, also provided by Sigler. A tough field competition roster when over 23% of your salary cap commitments are going to players not on the roster. But the New Orleans Saints have done it anyway. They're right in the thick of the NFC playoff picture with a 5-4 record coming off 2 extremely tight losses. And there isn't a team in the NFL eager to suit up against them. But who is all the money going to and why? Let's look at the dead money. Family members asked about this, and that's the reason why I'm kind of bringing this up, because family members kept asking me about it, about the dead money situation. How was the dead money looking? It just looks spanning ahead. So I said, just to span out and have some vision of what things look like just outside of football on the field, because it all means something, doesn't it? Because we looking at the future of the squad. The Black and Gold have this to be considered about, and just add this into your knowledge base of the Great Saint Think Tank. All right, dead money is the salary cap dollars left over from a previous contract whenever a player signs a deal with a signing bonus or a partially guaranteed salary and ultimately gets released, traded, or chooses to retire. Some of those contract guarantees are left behind. These aren't new checks the Saints have to sign and cut each week. These bills have already been paid, but for accounting purposes, they're left on the books until the contract as written has expired. But some players currently under contract are technically still counting towards the dead money total because they were released and returned on a new deal. Fullback Alex Armand Jr. is a good example. His initial contract, signed early in the offseason, carried $234,000 in partially guaranteed salary and $137.5 in his signing bonus when the team cut him in August. But he returned to the practice squad a few days later and was then signed to the 53-man roster. So the Saints ended up paying him twice, even if the total amount is negligible. This is the closest the Saints have been to what we call salary cap hell in some time, but it's only temporary. They've already on the hook for more than $12.4 million in 2022. Almost all that is tied up in the final hit for Drew Brees' $11.5 million, with another 850 G's accounting for Latavius Murray's terminated agreement. A handful of rookie contracts that had small signing bonus make up the rest. That number will change in offseason once the team begins to make cap cuts and potentially offload veteran contracts. Like he says, trade Mike Thomas, for example, would leave at least $8.9 million on the books. Now, we're not going to go there, but that's just an example. But we shouldn't see anything quite this distract again for some time. So like we said, if he was asking how much money we still owe Drew, there you go. Your question. I think Brian asked me that. So the question is, well, how much money we still owe him? Well, you're already on the hook for 12.4 in 2022. So there you go, making up that amount that you was asking about of Drew Brees' money. So there you go. Also, for 4 other NFL teams currently having more resources tied up in dead money than the Saints right now, the 73 Rams, who are banking out on it, they're going all out for Super Bowl, $45.5 million. The Carolina Panthers, who are also desperate and banking out for something, they swinging for offenses. Both of these teams are pushing all their chips to the table, and Carolina has definitely playing with an air of desperation this year. 50.5. This week's opponent, the Eagles, who had 62 million, and the 08-1 Detroit Lions, my goodness, 63.1 million, is a full list of 58 contracts currently accounting for over 42 million against the Saints salary cap. Of course, you see Drew's 11.1 is number 1 on the list. The Jackrabbit at 7.2 is still counting up. Might well have kept him. Emmanuel Sanders at 4.1. That's what he could have used his help about right now. Sheldon Rank is at 4 million. Jared Cook at 2 million. And we can get rid of that, whatever. Thomas at $2 million as well. Malcolm Brown 1.5. Patrick Robinson 1.2, who retired. Brian Poole 1.1. The Saints released him. Nick Easton never, they didn't sign him back, $1 million. And of course, Latavius Murray, just 900 G's right there. True Fine 850. Josh Hill 750. Montrevious Adams, who's currently on the team, he's 495. Christian Ringo, who they cut and released, 459. Will Clapp is there, 455. Hanson, 391. Armand, 371. Hogan, 358, who retired. Huggins is still on the team, 292. But see, most of these guys, they cut them, they signed them back and cut them and signed them back. Look at this dude, Kevin White. He's on there for 240. Now, how you owe any money on this dude? This dude should be paying us to play here. This dude should be paying us to play here. But you got he's counting 249 grand against the books. That dude need to be paying us to be here, man. He supposed to be paying us. How we owe him 249? Good grief. How the hell? What's going on with that? You know what I'm saying, fam? How we owe him anything? He should be paying us $249,000 just to watch him play. You need to pay us to watch his sorry ass play. All right. Anyway, let's get into the final story here, fam. Jeff Duncan. I wanted to cover this one, man, for the family members by Jeff Duncan. He says, no excuses. The Saints defense needs to start dominating again. So let's cover this by the old vet, Jeff Duncan from the Times-Picayune. Let's see what he got to say. Philadelphia, New Orleans Saints flew here this weekend as a team in the dire straits. They've lost back-to-back games for only the fourth time in the past 5 years, and their roster is riddled with injuries. A loss to the Eagles on Sunday would not only mark the Saints' 3-game losing streak since the 2016 season, but it would also effectively place their season on life support. With challenging back-to-back games against Buffalo and Dallas on deck, the season has reached a pivot point in Week 11. The Saints will either rally around the adversity, overcome the long odds, and make another spirited playoff run, or they will sink into the dreaded sea of irrelevance and also ran status. And the only way I see another playoff run happening for this team is the defense dominates the rest of the way. It's up to them. But it's not just that, Jeff. You got to make sure offense carries his weight too. Now, listen, the defense probably right now is the top unit simply because they're not impacted by as much injuries as anybody else. Now, of course, they have some, but we know that it don't take Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles or Clarence Carter to see that the Saints is dealing with some problems offensively speaking on the injury side of things. So, yeah, most people got to carry their weight, but just because injury is there, that's not an excuse for them. They're going to have to step their game up and keep playing. There's a lot of really good players still on offense, that have to come up and step up. We're going to see Landon Johnson get an opportunity to step in there, see what he can do. Landon to see what he can do. And there's other players that's going to have to step up to this thing and earn that paycheck. Bottom line, that's what it's about, right? All right, let's finish it up. Snapping the losing streak, beating the Eagles at the link on Sunday, getting back to the playoffs. It's all on the defense's shoulder. The Saints are going to need the defense to carry them to where they want to go. It's the only way. At this point, it's too much to ask. It's too much to ask the offense to do it at this point, really. I disagree with that, Mr. Duncan. I disagree with that. It's not too much to ask the offense to carry their weight. Now, the defense will have to be opportunistic, but I expect the defense to do that whether we're injured or not. I want the defense to sack the quarterback. I want the defense to get interceptions and fumbles and turnovers. And I expect the Saints defense, run-stuffing defense, to stop the run and put pressure on the quarterback. Pressure, smart pressure, I call it, which is containment and pressure. Contain the quarterback and smother him where there's no escape lanes, so he can't escape out, create plays with his feet. Smart pass rushing. I expect the black and gold to do that whether we hurt or not. But the defense has been playing well during the season. They have. The issue is certain areas of games, the Saints defense seem to just collapse mentally. And they play what I call low IQ football, which is not saying they're stupid. I talked about this on the Pelican post-game report. Low IQ football or low IQ basketball doesn't mean that they're stupid. It means when I make reference to it, when I'm saying when I'm saying it, I'm not saying they're stupid. What I'm saying is, or the players are stupid. What I'm saying is lapses of concentration, lapses of focus, low IQ, meaning they're not concentrating on what they're doing. It's not, stuff like that. It's not to insult the intelligence because we have some of the best players in the game on our squads. We know this. The unit is decimated by injury. The Saints will play the Eagles without 6 projected starters, including the team's best quarterback. James has been hurt. We have to make an adjustment to that. Mike Thomas really wasn't a factor in terms of playing this year. Alvin Kamara missed the last couple of games, which we could think we have Mark Ingram there. Perhaps we activate Lamar. I know Tony Jones is going to be in that thing as well. So, let's see what we can do. Let's lean. We got some veterans on the practice squad we can lean on to kind of help out. I don't think you totally replace an Alvin Kamara with another player. It's going to be a group effort to replace some of our better players. Armstead and Ramczyk are both out, which you'll see Hurst, who occupied the left tackle position, and probably Johnson operates on the opposite side of it. So we'll see how it all goes. Super subs Taysom Hill and Montgomery are also expected to miss the game. No official call on Taysom Hill. We know Ty Montgomery is not going to play in this game after that horrible finger injury he had. Oh my goodness, that was ugly. And of course, Taysom Hill still dealing with some stuff. No team can have that much attrition to one unit and expect to overcome it. That is not true. That is totally not true. The Tennessee Titans, a team we just lost to, have arguably more injuries than we have. I mean, we running neck and neck, but those people lost a lot of people too, and they still at the top of the AFC in that thing. So I ain't gonna let you use this as no excuse so we can just rest on our laurels. So see, well, we lost because we got all this. No. And even Coach Payton said, that's why I play these guys so you can hear it out of their mouths. Coach Payton said that. He don't use injuries as an excuse because what's the purpose of having a depth chart if all we're going to complain about is the injuries? You still have to play the game. Football is a physical game. It is. They ain't out there picking daisies. They're out there running into each other at straight up fast ass speeds. So that Coach Payton will not allow you to use injuries as an excuse because that's why we have depth charts to be able to fill them in. And of course, they're not going to be better than your starters, but they're not supposed. If you get one that's better than your starters, power to you. But sometimes you get some of these guys and they got to learn, they got to develop. And this is really a blessing in disguise to many teams because when you get guys that play a lot, like your reserves get an opportunity to play a lot, they can develop faster. That's what happened with David Onyemata when he was a 4th round selection for the Saints several years ago when Sheldon Rankins was drafted first overall out of not first overall, but he was the Saints' first choice that year in the 1st round out of Louisville. And David Onyemata outperformed Sheldon Rankins, and David Onyemata was a raw-ass tackle out of Canada somewhere. How did he get so many minutes, and how did he develop into what he was? Because the injuries that occurred with Sheldon Rankins and other defensive tackles allowed Onyemata to absorb all of that hot and heavy time on the field, and then he developed faster into what you see before you. And summation, he was able to go past Sheldon Rankins, the guy who's picked first in 1st round that year, and he was the 4th round draft pick. But he got the contract, and Sheldon Rankins is with the Jets right now. So, this is a blessing in disguise insofar as that is concerned. Now, we just got to get the young guys online and keep going. But if anybody can do it, don't you think it's Coach Payton? Even when the Saints were healthy, they were still ranked near the bottom of the league in total offense, 26, and explosive plays last. This is true. But once again, caveat. The 2 games that you lost to, not including the Tennessee Titans game, the 2 games that you lost to, right? And even if you throw the Tennessee Titans matchup in there, listen to this. The 2 games you lost to, well, actually, you lost 4, but I'm not counting the Carolina. The Carolina game is the only game you actually got beat in, like really got beat, where you just didn't come to play. Saints offense just didn't come to play. But the rest of them, the Giants game, the Atlanta game, and even the Titans game, the Saints had opportunities to win all of those games. The Saints was up by double digits in the Giants game, imploded, allowed the Giants to come back, and then tied the game going into overtime, and the Giants offense marched down the field on the Saints defense and scored a touchdown, ending the game. You had a chance to win that game. You let that team back in now. The other game against Atlanta came down 20, scored 22 points in the fourth quarter and took the lead by 2. The defense allowed them to go up the field to kick a field goal on one pass, on a 64-yard bomb with a single high safety when you should have been in prevent. That's 2. 3, you had 2 extra points that you missed that could have tied the game with the Titans, and you could have went in overtime. But the Saints had opportunities to win in that game. You had drop balls and other stuff that was going on. Even Coach Payton alluded to that. So it's not like the Saints are out of these games. It's just that execution errors and mental errors are a part of the dynamic that they're not doing. We know that players know how to catch. We know players know how to tackle. We got some pretty good guys here. The issue is the Saints have to execute for a full game. We got to do this. You know, and the defense is a major part of this moving ahead. So, but the offense also, I'm not giving the offenses no bones or no easy routes off. The offense have to carry their water too. That's how it is. If you ain't carrying your water, man, what you on this team for? Even when the Saints were healthy, they were still ranked near the bottom of the league in total play. So, like I just said, regardless of the total plays and all of the other fancy ass stats, the reality of the defense, because the offense had secured those leads in those 2 games, the aforementioned games, besides the Titan matchup, the Saints offense did enough to put them ahead in the game. Defense failed. So we talk about offense statistics all we want, but if the defense closed the door on the Giants in the Atlanta game, you're sitting up here with 2 wins on top of your schedule right now. So, I mean, sometimes they like to write this stuff and throw all that in there. But, man, listen, man, I watch these goddamn games like you do. And I can tell you one thing. I know that it ain't all about the stats. No, the Saints have, let me get someone, we get through this. No, the Saints aren't going to sink or swim with their defense, and they're going to need to play lights out the rest of the way to keep their playoff hopes afloat. I agree. The good news is that this group is fully capable of getting the job done. I agree with Mr. Duncan as well on that. When the Saints defense is healthy, locked in, and playing with juice, it's a good unit front to back, as the Saints have ever had. The past 2 years, they've delivered career worst losses. The 2 of the game's greatest players, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, they have made them look confused and clueless. That's what defense pass rushing gets you. Pass rushing in your face up the center of the offensive line will leave the Hall of Fame quarterbacks looking like they third-string backups. The Saints have stars and standouts at all 3 levels. The veteran stars like Cam, Demario Davis, Malcolm Jenkins, Marshawn Lattimore were rising standouts. Marcus Davenport, David Onyemata, Marcus Williams operate. The Saints defense has it all: talent, experience, and depth. What's more, the unit, unlike its offensive brethren, is relatively healthy. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is the only starting sideline right now. There's no excuse for the defense not to be dominating opponents. I agree on this. All season long, we've heard that this group boasts about its potential and testify to the high standards they hold themselves to each week. Well, it's time for them to step up and start playing to that standard. The Saints simply can't have any more games like the 27-25 loss to Atlanta 2 weeks ago and expect to get to where they want to go. I know the Saints fans would probably, or family, would like to forget that grim performance, but it could prove valuable if it serves as a season-altering wake-up call for the defense. In case you forgot, Matt Ryan completed 23 of 30 passes for 343, 2 touchdowns. He had pass plays of 64, 49, and 39, and 34. 69, that's the 64-yard one's how they got you. His passer efficiency rate was 135.8, his best of the season. In 2 games since then, Ryan has completed a combined 28 of 59 passes for 270 yards with 4 interceptions, 0 touchdowns, for a passer rating of 32.4. The Falcons have scored 3 total points in those games. You want to know how that happened? It happens because Atlanta wakes up to play the Saints. We've said that all the time. When you got Atlanta, you can throw all that shit out. They are extra motivated to beat the Saints in the Superdome. And that shows you well of the last several performances against Atlanta. It was recently shut out. But how do you account for the fact that the Atlanta Falcons fell off the gravy train the last 2 weeks and beat the Saints and had a competitive game against the Saints? Because of the rivalry? It's simply what it is. The Saints have to do a better job of defending against this team. And Atlanta wakes up to play. They did. If they did play the Saints like they play everybody, Atlanta would be quite the team to watch out for. There would be somebody you need to worry about if they played everybody like they played the Saints. It's inconceivable that Saints defense is good enough to shut down Rodgers and Brady. Can also be lit up by Ryan, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones. Each of those 3 had their best games of the season against the Saints. That can't happen if you're going to consider yourself an elite defense. Didn't that sound like something I said? That's the same shit I said last week Word for word. That's the same. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all remember me saying that. That's the same shit I said word for word last week. Last week, I said that. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all remember hearing me say that last week. I said the same shit last week, word for word, last week. And this all, when was this article written? Let me see where this damn article is written. Let me see. We picking up on the same wavelength. Oh, November the 20th. Okay, he did that today. Yeah. He picking up on the same wave. I guess it's that great minds think alike type thing. I said the same damn thing, word for word, verbatim. We're playing good teams, and it's a competitive league. They're going to make plays. We're going to make plays. Jenkins said this week. It's just about being in the game, winning the situations when it comes down to it. I think we probably more upset in some of the mistakes that we made as opposed to some of the plays that they made. So we eliminate our own mental mistakes. Then we're right where we want to be. I agree. That's Malcolm Jenkins talking, by the way. What the Saints want to be is in the playoff hunt, and they are in the playoff hunt. And to make the postseason tournament, they need their defense to start playing up to the talent level and star power. I agree with Jeff Duncan on this point. The defense needs to bring it every Sunday to play with energy and enthusiasm for 4 quarters, no more lapses, no more playing down to the level of the opponent, no more making superstars out of journeymen. The Saints need their defense to take over games, make big plays, create takeaways, and short fields for their undermanned offense. And the effort needs to start on Sunday against Philly. The Eagles feature one of the most unique offenses in the league. It's one of the most rudimentary. As Carl Granderson said this week, they've basically turned into an NFL version of Air Force or Navy in the last 4 weeks. The Eagles have averaged 39 rushing attempts a game. This ground attack should be right in the wheelhouse of the Saints' top-ranked run defense. The Saints' front seven need to rise to the challenge and shut down the Eagles' running game. Then the Saints need to get after Jalen Hurts and make him look as dazed and confused as did Rodgers and Brady earlier this season. No excuses. It's time for the Saints defense to start dominating again. Their season depend on it. Well said right here by Jeff Duncan in this article, man. To be honest with you, and I agree, man. I agree with Jeff Duncan on here. Made a lot of great points in this article here. Now, if you talk about some of with the Philadelphia Eagles, what they're doing, 39 rushing attempts, almost 40 rushing attempts per contest. My goodness, they are serious about that thing. Just like Brother BirdGang was saying about the Eagles running the ball, their head coach is obviously getting it because you need to help out their young quarterback. And listen, Jalen Hurts is a guy, he leads the team in rushing right now with 549, I want to say, yards. And then Sanders I think he has 300 yards right up under him. So you get Sanders back. And of course, you still have our guy, Bo. We know about Bo. The Eagles pilfered him off our practice squad that year, and he's been a real fundamental guy there as well. So what's interesting and intriguing is that I agree with Jeff Duncan. Well done on that, Jeff Duncan, on that article. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, man. He's right. The defense definitely has to step up and do what he's doing. We've been calling that out. And I stopped referencing the defense as an elite, not as an insult to them, but just to be accurate. I mean, they're very good. They're not elite level. Elite level defenses would have closed the door on the Giants, and we would have won that game with double digits. We should have blew the people by 17 points or so, more than that, almost 20 points. If we close the door on them, we prevent that. The Atlanta game, closing the door after we got the lead by 2. The Titans getting after them a little bit more than what we did would have helped out. So yes, at times the defense is asked to do 2 things. Well, actually, to rush, to stop the run, and to get after the quarterback. The front seven anyway, and the secondary is good enough to be able to get those interceptions and get those plays happen. So, but it's more so on Dennis Allen. That's why I was saying Dennis Allen nobody's blasting Dennis Allen in none of these articles. They're saying the Saints defense as a whole, but Dennis Allen's he's the brain. He's the defensive coordinator. He is the brains of the Saints defense. He's the one that calls the plays. There's no articles blasting Dennis Allen. I said that last week. After he did what he did in the Tennessee game, in the Atlanta game 2 weeks ago, when he called that single high safety look as opposed to having to prevent, what were you thinking? If you didn't call, you didn't make the correct play. Nobody blasted them. I was the only one calling them out that I know of. We had a couple other family members in there as well that was in agreement. But listen, he needs to be called out a lot more because the Giants game, the defense IQ went all the way down in the Giants game that got us to get him a win, and it disappeared in the Atlanta game with 41 seconds left. In the clutch moments, you can't have lapses like that of focus. That's just uncalled for. That made me pull the elite level tag off the Saints defense until they can show that, consistently speaking, that they have the ability and those pressurous time frames in the game to close the door. And I think a lot of people agree, but it's not just the Saints defense. The Saints offense has to carry their own water too. Trevor Siemian has been doing a pretty good job back there at the quarterback position. Even though Elvin's missed the last couple of games, we still have Mark Ingram. We get Tony Jones Jr. back, which is a bonus. We still have Lamar sitting up on the practice squad. He's been here for several weeks. We need to give him an opportunity to get his shine on. LaJordan Humphrey is there. We need to get him, or Quan Baker. We need to let Quan Baker get in here, or Aesop Winston. We need some of these young guys to get here and do some stuff and stop playing around with Kevin White and get him up out of here, because Kevin White ain't catching nothing. He ain't doing only thing. I ain't gonna even say that. But anyway, bottom line is that a few changes here or there, the Saints minimize a lot of these mental lapses we have in offensively speaking, operating, because a lot of times the defense, a lot of the times that you think about it, Dennis Allen's play calling, he has a passive aggressive style that's really starting to piss me off. I'm gonna be honest with you. The defense overall has been very good, but in certain moments, and this is what I'm saying, in certain moments, in the meat and potatoes moments is what I'm saying, family. And those pressurous moments of the game where you can get a stop and it just nullifies the momentum and kills the focal point or the mentality of the team moving forward, forcing them to quit. We just in some of these games, and I just gave you indicators, the Titans game, the Falcons game, the Giants game, and the Carolinas game where the offense didn't show up. We have to be able to close the door on them teams. Defensively speaking, we have to play more efficient as an offense. Regardless or not, we have players that's out. We still have to make it happen. We still have to go out. And you don't have to play with 100% accuracy or perfection to beat teams. Just don't you make the mistakes. It's about you not beating yourself. And times that we see the Saints in these games drop passes, the Deontay Harris fumble in the Titans matchup. If Deontay Harris doesn't fumble that ball, who knows what could have happened? You cannot do that to yourself. That's what I'm talking about. We know about the referees. I'm not going to get into that. I did that on the last stream. But in this game, I'm talking exclusively about us and our destiny, catching a ball, not turning the ball over with fumbles and all this kind of madness. You not beating yourself in the game is what I'm talking about. Keelan says Kevin was waived. Was really? I don't know about that, Keelan. Keelan says Kevin White was waived. Was he, family? I didn't hear nothing about that. Hold on for a second. Hold on here. Hold on. You hold on here. You better cut that out. Oh, you better come on now with it. Better not how I missed that one. No, I don't see no Kevin White was waived. No, Kevin White's still on the team. No, you didn't. No, Keelan. No, Kevin White wasn't waived. He's still on the damn team. He's still on the team. Nah, it's not true, Carlton. I just looked it up. And you gotta put the link in there. Tell me where your source is, man. Let me know so I can share the article with the family members. You know, let me know the article. That's what you do. Put the source article in there. Put the name of the paper where you got that from, and what, because I can't find it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see Kevin White. Maybe you want him. Maybe you want him to be gone. I didn't see any articles covering Kevin White's being released. I see he got the only guy. Oh, let's see. Hold on here. Hold on. Hold on here. Okay, hold on. That just happened. All right. Yeah, this just happened. Hold on. Yeah, you're right. Okay, Keelan. Yeah, you know what, Keelan? I didn't see it. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, it was a tweet here. Hold on, fam. Y'all know I'm gonna put y'all on Front Street. Hold on. It was a tweet here. Yeah, but you know what? That don't necessarily mean he was waived from the team. You know how the Saints do their thing when they release and waive people? Hold on. Hold on here. Give me just a second. Let me do something right here. Let me put this up here. Give me just a second. Because while we was doing the show, I think they released some stuff here. Hold on. I'm gonna give me just a second here. Let me see if I can put this on screen here because the Saints made moves here. It's on Nick's page, Nick Underhill. Let me see if I can share his tweet, his Twitter page. Hold on. Underhill on the scoop. All right, here we go, fam. All right, let me kind of put that thing big up there. Okay, this is from Nick Underhill. Underhill just tweeted this not too long ago, 2 hours ago, actually, that the Saints signed Josiah Bronson, and Kavari Russell from the practice squad. So they added Bronson and Kavari Russell to the active roster. Saints also activated Tony Jones from the IR. Caleb Bennock and Will Clapp is elevated from the practice squad for Sunday's matchup. So both backup offensive linemen, Bennock and Clapp, are activated, and the Saints activated Tony Jones Jr. So that's good news. And then the Saints waived Ken Crawley and Kevin White. But they're going to sign Ken Crawley once he clears waiver back to the practice squad. And what's intriguing is that they released Kevin White. Kevin White going to go back to the practice squad. So, they did release. They waived him. You're right. They did waive him. But you know what? We're going to wait and see. Because you're right. Thank you for that. Who said that? Keelan. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you on that. All right. So, I see it, Demetrius. But yeah, there it is. I mean, it's just from Underhill's page right here. He dropping the facts. And now, once again, you see it on the screen right there. Bronson and Russell are elevated from the practice squad, and Kavari Russell is the cornerback from the Green Bay Packers who we had on our practice squad. Of course, y'all know Bronson is our backup defensive lineman. I like him a lot. Also, the Saints activated Tony Jones Jr. back. So it's good to have him back with Mark Ingram. Like to see what that looked like. Bennock and Clapp is elevated from the practice squad because, we're going to need that extra help with both Armstead and Ramczyk out. And then, of course, the final tweet he had there of the series of Saints tweet was the Saints waived Ken Crawley and Kevin White. But you know what that means? They're going to bring them back to the practice squad. That's just once they clear waivers, they'll bring them back to the practice squad. So much love to the family members, man, in this thing as well. So we're going to get ready to end the stream on that. Listen, I just wanted to give a shout out to the Who Dat Nation, let y'all family members know as well. Appreciate you guys being on this special Saturday stream. I don't really stream Saints content on Saturday during the season, but I didn't come at y'all on Friday because of I'm in the process of moving. I got some stuff that I'm moving around. So Friday was a bad day for me. And of course, I had some other stuff, family related stuff I had to take care of. So, new location coming up. So a few changes coming up as well. So we moving to a new place here. So a new studio setup and all that. So we're going to see how that all works. But that's what's going on. That's why we didn't get the Pelican post-game report yesterday with a win. We will do a recap of the Pelican post game. We'll do a Pelican post game report recap, and the Pelicans win. I'm throwing the Saints win. Saints win. We'll do a Pelican post game report stream tonight, recap because it's a back-to-back. Pelicans took care of business against them Clippers. They got the Pacers coming up tonight. Matter of fact, the game is on here. And not quite, Mo. I ain't up there, brother. And even if I was, brother, that's not how I would roll it, bro. I'm gonna keep it real deal, Holyfield with you, brother. I wouldn't even roll it like that. I keeps it real, bro. But we'll do a recap. DC will be in the building after the Indiana Pacer matchup. We'll recap both games. The Pelicans win over the Pacers, I'm calling it, and the Pelicans win over the Clippers as they get a 2-game winning streak starting in this thing you watch and see. Hopefully, don't hold me to that. So with that being said, fam, listen, tomorrow, Sunday, will be the watch stream as well. We'll be doing it. We'll have the watch stream covering the Saints and the Eagles matchup at the link. Man, it's gonna be fun going down. Listen, big shout out to BirdGang31 and his family members, the Eagle family members, for popping in and showing some love. And like I said, man, it's pretty cool when you could talk, football with family members like that, and you don't have no stuff, and it's just straight knowledge and respect. It's a beautiful thing. So much love to BirdGang31 for coming and representing the Eagle family during the guest preview with us this week. And like I said, the watch party will be tomorrow, kicking off for 11:30, baby. 11:30. We'll be in the building all the way to the end of the game. And 30 minutes following it, we'll also have the post-game report where we'll be able to open up the phone lines and let the family members chime in on their thoughts after a Saints win. So with that being said, man, I'm going to peep out on that. Y'all feel free to hit upon the like button, family, if you hadn't already hit it. Smash the like button. Please feel free to share the show's links and with the rest of the Saints family members. Also, feel free to subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe and check out the links in the description section below for merch. Tons of merch that's available. We got it all there. You want to check it out, go down there and look in the description section. So with that being said, I'm going to end the live stream. Much love to y'all guys. And we'll holler at you later on the next show. But we're going to get this thing, man. Let's get this win against the Eagles. Who that to you? And I'm out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit for Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or robbery could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that?
Thank you for making Saints Central your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.